Hey visionaries, welcome to Vision Possible. Butch Hartman here. Hope you're doing well today. And I just want to remind you guys, if you want to join our Protegé program, go over to XOTV. That's xotv.com. Or is it .me or something? It's XOTV. Go over there and we post Vision Possible videos over there, just like on YouTube. And over there on XOTV, you can sign up for our Protegé program, which means you can either do a bronze, silver, or gold level. Depending on the level you join, the more videos in the library you get access to, and also you get access to a monthly live Zoom call with the entire team. We'd love to interact with you, take your questions. The whole team gets on the call, and we're just there for an hour answering whatever you want to have answers to. If we can help, we will. So we're happy to interact with you, and so thank you for being so awesome and for being part of the Vision Possible family. You know, I just got back from an incredible conference where a lot of amazing speakers, taught and basically gave insight on, not only the business world, but the religious world, the political world, just the worlds of finance and entertainment and government. I mean, it was just incredible. The wide array of speakers was so cool. And I encourage you guys, if you can attend any sort of a seminar or conference like that, now that the pandemic is lightening up and things are open up a lot more, if you can get out of the house, if you can find a way to get there to any of these kind of conferences, then I would recommend you do so. There's so many out there that it was just great. And I just encourage you to go learn from other people. Like you're watching this video right now, this is part of your learning, and it's so exciting that you're here. But there's other ways and other people to learn from as well. I don't have a lot of mentors myself. I am a mentor to people. I do teach a lot of people. It's funny how your life kind of takes that turn at one point. You'll be someone who's learning. Don't get me wrong, I'm still always learning. But you're learning, and then suddenly people start coming to you with questions, and then suddenly the amount of people coming to you with questions kind of outweighs the people that you're going to for answers. The questioners are coming to you and you've got to have the answers. And so it's very hard to have all the answers unless you get answers yourself. You need to go to people that have more answers than you, at least in different areas. When I left Nickelodeon it was my 20th year. At 20 years in, I left in 2018. I started there in December of 97. I left in February of 2018. 20 years, it's a whole lifetime to be at one place, and just the amazing time I had at Nickelodeon. But when I left there, I left a place where I was the boss, and I was the one kind of calling the shots on all of my shows, my little kingdom. When you have a show, you kind of run it. It's like a kingdom. You basically are the boss, and your input matters quite a bit because it's your show, and if the show is working, fortunately, my shows, worked well on TV, and it was exciting. I had an amazing team helping me, amazing people, artists, writers, production people, just an actors, incredible team. Could never have done it without them. But there's got to be a leader. There's got to be a visionary behind the vision, and that's where you guys come in because you're all visionaries. And I know everybody wants to move to that level of being a boss. I get it. I know everybody wants to do it. I have people texting me, emailing me, writing me all the time. I want to do what you do. I want to be a showrunner, this and that. And it's wonderful and it's amazing. And I'm so thrilled. I'm glad you want to do it. But most of the people that write to me want to jump into the deep end of the pool before they've learned how to swim. You know what I mean? They want to jump right into, I'm the boss, I'm running things, I call the shots, it's my show. They want that created by credit on the front of the show. That's really all they're looking for, a lot of them. And it's one of those things where they probably could get there and they probably will get there. But a lot of them don't understand, or maybe they do understand, but a lot of them want to just take a giant shortcut. They want to go into the gym and lift 1,000 pounds before they've lifted 5 pounds. And you'll damage yourself, you hurt yourself if that's the way you go. If that's the path you take, you're going to really damage yourself. So just encourage you to make sure that you know what you're doing as you launch out into your career. Now, what I encourage people to do is begin, like if you want to be, an animator or work for Disney or work for Nickelodeon or one of those big animation studios, get a job somehow in the building. Just get into the building. Today's episode, by the way, is called The Seed. And I'm going to get to that in a second. The Seed, S-E-E-D. It's The Seed. And it's basically You plant the seeds of your success from the very beginning, the very first day you make the decision to do what you want to do. Seeds, yeah, when I say the seeds, you're sowing, you really are sowing, S-O-W, sow, planting, not S-E-W, like sewing a garment, sow. You're planting seeds toward your success each and every day. And you're planting seeds toward your career every day. But what type of seeds are you planting? And where are you planting the seeds? If you have a bunch of potential, which is a seed, your potential is your seed. Potential is amazing. You have all this seed in your hand. You have all these talents. You can draw, you can write, you can do pastels, you can paint backgrounds, you can do figure drawing, you can sculpt. Boy, sculpting, that's something I want to do more of. See all these sculptures back here? I love a great sculpture. And I've just never really given myself a chance to sculpt. I'd love to try it. A few times I tried it when I was younger. I failed miserably, but I do want to try it sometime. I don't like getting my fingers dirty. Maybe that's what it is. But anyway, I got to get used to that. But you have all this potential in your hand, and there's something bigger out there for you. Something bigger. It's there. It's right in front of you. You can see it. And you don't know how to get there, but then what you do, since you don't know how to get there, you stop. You take the potential and you go, well, I'll just keep it here for now, and I'll just put it in my pocket. And, week goes by, month goes by, 3 months go by, and pretty soon a couple of years go by. And because you didn't know exactly the direction to go and you were afraid of failure, you didn't do anything. You froze. And that is not something I want to see you do. I want to see you at least take a step forward. When a little baby is learning how to walk, a little infant, little toddler is learning how to walk, do the parents get mad at the toddler when the toddler can't walk? Toddler takes 2 steps, falls down, gets up and then takes another 2 steps, falls down. The parents are rejoicing. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, took 2 steps. The parents are just thrilled. The parents know the walk isn't perfect. The parents aren't going to grade the kid on the walk. They're just so excited that the kid is trying to walk. And they know eventually the kid's going to get great at it. And the kid will get so great at walking that the kid won't even have to think about it anymore. Think of how many times you've taken a step in your life and never even have to think about it because you're so good at it. You've just done it so much. That's the way it's going to be with your potential in your hand. This means potential. And so the seeds of your potential are very, very powerful, and they're very, very vital, because with every seed you plant, see a seed, check this out. A seed will always produce something. It'll always produce something. It's either going to produce something great, something kind of great, or something, not so great, or something really, really bad. The seed will produce something. And it's funny. People go, I didn't even mean to do that. I know, but it was still a seed. Doesn't matter. You didn't mean, all these weeds out here in your garden, you didn't plant those, but they got there somehow, right? Because they were seeds. Something put them there. The wind put them there, the rain. They were blown over on a rain cloud. They fell off of a bird. They fell off of a bumblebee. But the weed ended up in your garden because it got the weed, but it is a seed. It's a seed that destroys other things around it. It lives off other things. So maybe some of the relationships you're cultivating aren't the greatest seeds in the world. Are they good to be keeping in your life? Certain people and certain relationships. Are certain career decisions the greatest career decision? Yeah, but I need money. I totally get it. I'm not saying to quit your job. I'm not saying to do anything like that. That's completely up to you. But I am saying, look at your job situation and look at the attitude you have towards it. When I was younger, I would be very angry. I'd get a great job in animation, and instead of rejoicing that I had this amazing job, a job people would kill for, a job that 50 other people didn't get, but I got it somehow, instead of being grateful for the job, I would be upset I didn't have the cool job the guy down the hall had. Or this girl over here in the painting department. I wish I had that job, that sort of thing. Instead of rejoicing in the seeds that I have and the seeds that I planted to get that job. Somehow I got that job. Somehow a sequence of decisions led to me getting that job. And they've done the same for you. You're where you are right now because of decisions you've made. Maybe one or two of you out there that are somewhere because of decisions other people made, that maybe circumstances were beyond your control. But the majority of you, myself included, are at a position in life because of decisions you yourself made. So something got me to that job, but instead of rejoicing to where I was, I would be envious and I'd be covetous. Covetous means, you want something that somebody else has. You want to take from somebody else because you deserve it more than them. And instead of having that bad attitude, what I should have had was an attitude of gratitude. Write that down. Attitude of gratitude. Maybe I'll change the title of this to Attitude of Gratitude. I don't know. I like the seed though. It's very mysterious. But anyway, so what is your attitude toward where you are right now? Because let me tell you something. You can make the world's greatest janitor. I'm not judging anybody for being a janitor. I think janitors are an amazing job to have, because check this out. Janitors and people that clean buildings and stuff, like I was just at this church the other day and I walked into the restroom and there's a guy in there cleaning the restroom. I said, "Thank you for cleaning this restroom." And he was like, "Oh, you're welcome." I'm like, no one ever thanks me for that. But it wasn't for this guy cleaning the restroom, you'd have a dirty, filthy restroom and nobody want to go in there or go to that church ever again. People don't understand how important that job is. But this guy had the best attitude. He was happy, he was smiling, he was whistling. And it was like, man, that guy has a job a lot of people would probably judge and look down upon. But I was like, man, that dude's got a great attitude. And yet he's got a job, again, people probably wouldn't jump up and down to get, but that's awesome. And that's the attitude we should have toward everything we got. Everything we've got, guys, you've got to be grateful. You've got to sow that seed of gratitude into your life. You've got to sow that seed of thankfulness, because thankfulness and gratitude is going to make you a person people want to be around. It's going to make you appreciative. And you sow a seed of gratitude and joy, people want to be around that 24 hours a day. I'm telling you, I've had some people in my life, and again, myself included, I just told a whole story about me not being grateful, and I missed opportunities because I had a bad attitude. I really did. And I had the talent to do the job, but I didn't get the job because I had a bad attitude. I learned very quickly not to do that anymore, especially not to gossip about people. I was a very bad gossiper when I was young. Probably not so young too, but it's something I definitely had to learn and had to adjust, and I can't do that anymore. I will never do that sort of thing anymore, and that's not something that I ever want to do. I don't recommend that. But when you do things like that, when you sow, and by the way, when you gossip, what is that? You're sowing a seed of dissension. There's a scripture in the Bible that said, it's one of the commandments actually, one of the 10 commandments, "Thou shalt not bear false witness." What does that mean? Thou shalt not bear false witness. It means don't tell stories about people when they're not there to defend themselves. That's false witness. You're being a witness falsely because you can say whatever you want. The person's not there to defend themselves. So, when we bear false witness, you're sowing a seed of dissension. You're trying to hurt somebody's reputation. You're trying to destroy what they've built. And listen, don't get me wrong. Everybody gossips once in a while, and it's hard not to sometimes because somebody might do something incredibly weird. And you're like, you've got to talk about it with somebody. I get it. I'm just here to offer advice. I'm trying to encourage you never to do that because you'd hate to have it done to you. Believe me, I've had it done to me, and it is not pleasant. It's not fun, and it's not something I enjoyed. And it's not good at all. So don't sow those seeds as well. I got my notes here. But having a, what was I going to say? Let's see. Oh, here, this is great. This is great. Seed potential. Check this out. You will only sow seeds towards a harvest you believe in. One of the speakers at my conference said this. You'll only sow towards a harvest you believe in. Like you're only going to sow your seeds of potential and whatever. You're going to sow your seeds of potential out of your life. You're only going to sow them towards something you believe in. You're only going to work hard at what you like or what you really, truly want to believe in. If you love cars, man, you're going to put all your energy into getting a car, detailing cars, fixing cars, all that stuff. I just met a young man recently. This guy's 25, and he's a whiz with cars and mechanics. I said, "Oh, could you tint the windows?" He goes, "I don't tint windows. I just do mechanical stuff. I love mechanical stuff." And that's what he does. That's all he does all day is build stuff and take stuff apart. That's what he loves to do. And I never had that belief in myself. I never wanted to do that kind of thing. All I wanted to do was this stuff, cartoons and movies and comic books, and watch cartoons and movies and comic books and read them. And I tell you, you really have to believe in something in order to sow your seeds towards it. This is great too. What you see in your heart can become your reality. what you see in your heart can become your reality. And by the way, all the stuff you are sowing seeds toward, I want to be a show creator, I want to be an animator. Do you really see it in your heart? Do you see yourself doing that? I hope you do. If you're putting all your energy into that, I hope you really see yourself doing it. Years ago, when I was at Nickelodeon and things were going, Fast and Furious with Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. And Danny Phantom just ended, then Tough Puppy started. So I was doing all kinds of shows. I had a lot of friends and family members who had never been in animation before, ever, suddenly want to sell an animated show. They wanted to sell an animated show because I was doing it. So obviously they could do it too. And I was excited to help them. But I don't really know if they ever saw themselves doing it because nothing they ever were able to pitch ever got going. Simply because they didn't, learn how to do it the way they kind of wanted to jump in, like I said earlier, into the deep end without having lived the life and doing all the, the practice and the practical stuff it takes to get there. But it was just interesting. I'm like, boy, they really want to jump in and do this, but they haven't really done this back here that really is necessary to stay here. You need a great once you get to this position, you need that foundation in order to stand, that strength, that wisdom, you do those karate moves, to know how to stay in that position. Oh, and this is a great one. The seed is only limited by the vision of the visionary. Your seed is limited by the vision of the visionary. So if you're a visionary and you've got a seed, what's your vision for that seed? Do you want to be a guy on set who holds the boom mic? That's great. That's amazing. That's a great job to have, man. You could work forever being a sound operator, a sound specialist on a movie set. That'd be amazing. Or do you see the reality of you being a director, directing all the people on the set, the sound, the lights, all that? Do you see that as your seed? Do you see yourself owning the movie studio? Do you see yourself owning the industry that you're in? I mean, Steve Jobs obviously had a different vision and he saw a different reality for himself than a lot of computer programmers back then, and so I'm just curious. The seed is limited by the vision of the visionary. You could plant an apple seed and only want to get one apple tree. Great. Got an apple tree. Cool. And I'll eat the apples all the time because I got this tree. Or you could plant that seed, get the apple tree, and then take an apple off that tree, and then take another seed, and then plant another tree, and another tree, and another tree. So that one seed you started with can suddenly become a whole orchard of trees. And that whole orchard of trees could then become an industry where you package, sell, and distribute apples. You could become the apple emperor. You know what I mean? Look at all the people that process food around the world, and people who the Del Monte Corporation, I guess you could say, or gosh, what's another food company? Like, let's just say, I can't think of any food companies right now. Like, the people that, when you go to the store and get chicken, somebody put that chicken in the freezer for you to get. People raise chickens, they raise cows, they raise corn. They raise all of the Campbell's soup. Campbell's soup, they make soup and distribute it all over the world. And you're like, wow, they could have just made one can of soup and stopped, but they make millions and millions every year. So, but that seed in that person's head, they saw it as a potential empire. One seed, a little dinky, an empire is in there, which blows my mind. It just blows my mind. And here's another amazing thing that this speaker said. Are your words activating things on your behalf? Are you saying positive words on your behalf? You know what I mean? I'm going to take this seed. I'm going to grow this. I'm going to grow this thing so huge. I'm going to grow this so big. Or just like, oh, I got enough for me. That's all I need is a little bit. I don't need any more than this. That sort of thing. What are your words you're speaking? And what kind of seeds are you planting? The Bible says also a tree is known by its fruit. You're going to know exactly what kind of tree it is, known just by the fruit. Oh, look, it's an apple tree. Oh, look, it's a lemon tree. Look at that, Oh, it's a grapefruit tree. You're going to know exactly what kind of tree it is, just by what fruit is on it. And people are going to know, and people are going to look at you and know what kind of fruit you have just by, I know what kind of character you have, and know if they're going to want to hire you or work with you based on the fruit you've developed in your life. What kind of fruit have you produced? Every time I go to hire somebody or work with somebody, I look at their track record. What have they done? People do that to me all the time. They want to work with me. The first thing they do is do a Google search, and then they find stuff that my career. If they go to the IMDb page, all that stuff. So, a tree is known by its fruit. They don't look at Butch Hartman and go, Butch Hartman is a ballet dancer. Oh, I could probably be a great ballet dancer. I'm joking. But you'll see mostly cartoons in my resume. That's what I do. I'm the cartoon guy. You want a cartoon? Call Butch Hartman. He can make one for you, that sort of thing. Because I'm known by my fruit. My fruit is animated stuff. What is your fruit? What are you producing? Hope you're producing amazing stuff, because you deserve to produce amazing stuff. But remember those seeds that you have. Those seeds of potential. You need to sow them, because the most important thing about seeds, and we'll talk about this next time, is the ground you put them in. So where are you sowing those seeds? We'll talk about that next time. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to sign up for the Protegé program on XOTV, Vision Possible. You can do the bronze, silver, or gold level. You get access to our entire video library. And you also get access to our live Zoom call once a month. I think it's a super valuable offer. Just check it out, and that way you get to talk to us directly. It'll be amazing, and we'd love to talk with you. Okay, until next time.